So we use the harmonic minor scale to build harmonies. It's a very common way to make sure that our 5 chord turns out to be a major 5 chord, which gives it that extra tendency that we want, and also gives us a leading tone up to the tonic. Let's listen to the harmonic minor scale real quick here. Right? You hear that big interval right there. It almost gives it like a kind of a typical, like, I don't want to say like a Eastern sound, but it kind of is that. Like when we want to write things that have that kind of Eastern sound to it, we like to use that because of that big interval right there. So let's make our diatonic chord progression using the harmonic minor real quick here. Let's just see how it all lines up. So A, C, E. So everything's going to be natural except for G. Right here, I need a sharp. It's the one we didn't look at. We'll come back to that in a second. Let me just write all this out. Sharp there is our 5 chord. G sharp, and then A. Okay, so let's look at what that did to our diatonic chord progression. First chord, still minor, A minor, unaffected. Second chord, still diminished, B diminished, unaffected. Okay, our 3 chord is affected. C, E, G sharp is now a chord we haven't looked at yet in this class, but we did in the previous class. This is an augmented chord. Now, when we looked at augmented chords in the previous class, what I told you was an augmented chord does not naturally occur in the diatonic chord progression, but with some extra little banging around, it does, and this is one of those cases. So this is our first instance of a naturally occurring diatonic chord progression, augmented chord. Just a quick refresher, an augmented chord is when you have a major triad on the bottom and a major triad at the top, right? So in most cases, we have either a minor triad at the bottom in a minor chord, and also in a minor chord, we'll have a major triad at the top, or in a major chord, you'll have a major triad at the bottom and a minor triad at the top. But in a diminished chord, remember, we have a minor triad at the bottom and a minor triad at the top. And an augmented chord, we have a major triad at the bottom between these two and a major triad at the top.